The Lost Redmire Diaries, Ghosts in the Modgens. The mist lay thick over Redmire Pool, coiled like smoke from an old pipe. It was a silence broken only by the hoot of a distant owl and the occasional, almost mythical cloop of a feeding carp. The kind of night where time didn't tick. It whispered, somewhere between the fog and the lille, an old bivvy sat forgotten, with a bleached canvas, bones of frame rusted through. It had been there since '79, or so they said. No one dared move it. It belonged to him. Or maybe it didn't belong to anyone anymore. Inside that bivvy, behind a stitched-up flap, they found it, a diary. The leather was cracked, the pages curled from decades of damp, scribbled in biro and pencil, smudged by rain or maybe tears. Some say it was Jack Hilton's. Others whisper it was Rod Hutchinson's. The pages unsigned, save for one scrawled line on the first page. Redmire keeps her secrets. But the carp remember. The entries read like poetry and madness. Moon full, fog thick. 40 showed her back at midnight. I followed the bow wave like a bloodhound through lille. Lines snapped like thread. She's clever. That one. Scars down her flank like map lines. I've seen her in my dreams. Then, 2 days later, heard someone speaking by the water. Thought it was Len, but he's been gone a week. Voice said, try the margin by the dead willow. I went. Hooked a common like I've never seen. £42. Scale perfect. Gone before the shutter clicked. The syndicate boys gathered around the fire the night it was found. Mike, who'd once netted the 47 common. Old Bob, who swore he'd seen the ghost of Donald Lenny himself on a moonless night, pacing the shallows. That night, no one slept. At 3:14 a.m., a ripple moved from the far pads, slicing the glass-still surface with the certainty of something old and vast. The kind of movement only a Redmire fish could make. No one cast. They just watched. Then came a voice, not from any mouth, just there, inside the fog, greater than they're still here, waiting. The diary vanished not long after, last seen beside the very same bivvy. A storm came through and flattened the old swim. The pages gone, scattered like ash across the silt. But those who read it never forgot. Karma now they say. If you're bivvied up alone at Redmire and the mist rolls in thick, listen close. You might hear pages turning. You might smell pipe smoke on the breeze. You might see a dorsal rise along the lille where no fish should be. They call them the Lost Redmire Diaries now. Ghost stories on the bank. But ask anyone who's felt Redmire breathe. They know it wasn't just a story. It was a warning.